What if your greatest strength isn't about what you do, but what you don't do?
Hmm.
The idea that true power lies in silence, not shouting, might sound completely backward, but it's a really profound concept we're about to dive into today.
Exactly. Yeah, we're really digging into the power of not reacting. We're pulling some powerful insights from Justice O. Malcolm's book, which
Hmm.
is kind of foundational here, plus a bunch of other great summaries and even some ancient philosophical wisdom.
Right. And our mission today really is your shortcut to understanding how you can gain true self-mastery. Emotional freedom, too.
Mhm.
We're hoping to transform how you respond to life's challenges by uncovering some, well, surprising truths and genuinely actionable strategies. The idea is you'll walk away feeling quickly, but thoroughly well-informed.
Yeah, getting you up to speed efficiently.
Okay, so let's unpack this.
All right. So to start, what exactly is this power of not reacting? I mean, the material we looked at makes a really crucial distinction between a reaction and a response. A reaction is that immediate thing, impulsive, often driven by raw emotions like anger, irritation, sadness. It's that instant, almost thoughtless snap.
And a response, then, is different.
Totally different. It's thoughtful,
Yeah.
calm, wise even. It involves a conscious choice, a moment of consideration.
Okay, give me an example.
Well, imagine a colleague in the office says something harsh to you.
Okay, happens all the time.
Right, so if you react immediately, maybe you snap back, match their tone.
Yeah, defend yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that can escalate the conflict, right? It can damage relationships and really tarnish your professional image.
True. I've seen that happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But what if you manage to just pause
Hmm.
for a few seconds and then respond calmly?
What happens then?
Well, you actually gain respect. Often the other person might even realize their mistakes, like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Huh.
And what's truly kind of astonishing about reactivity isn't just the immediate fallout, but how it systematically drains your inner resources. It leaves you weaker, less resilient over time.
Where is the response?
A well-considered response, yeah, it consistently strengthens you, builds you up.
That makes so much sense. Now, here's where it gets really interesting for me. Why are we wired to react so impulsively? I mean, what's the deal?
Yeah, well, the material we explored suggests the root of this lies way back in our ancient fight-or-flight response.
Ah, okay. The caveman stuff.
Pretty much. It's this old biological system inside us designed for survival against, actual physical threats, primal threats.
But we don't have saber-toothed tigers in the office, usually.
Right. And today, it gets triggered not by a lion, but by everyday stressors, like harsh words, a demanding boss, relationship arguments.
Which is almost comical, isn't it? Our brains still think we're running from danger when it's just a rude email.
It really is. Our minds are simply wired for these impulsive reactions because of this ancient programming. It's a default setting.
But it's not just biology, is it? There has to be more.
Oh, not at all. The material really highlights how our ego often jumps into action. When our sense of worth or honor feels challenged.
Ah, the ego. Right.
Yeah, the ego always wants us to be right, to win, to not be proven wrong. So this triggers an emotional response rather than a logical one. And that often causes more harm to ourselves in the long run.
And as we dug into this, something truly striking emerged for me about how deeply ingrained these reactive habits are, like even from childhood. We're often programmed, you got to answer back, or don't stay quiet if someone provokes you.
Yeah, stand up for yourself instantly.
Right. And society sometimes even mistakes that immediate reaction for strength. So it unknowingly fosters this habit of instant, unthinking responses. It almost becomes part of our identity, like, oh, they're the person who always reacts.
And this raises a really important question for you, the listener. Why do certain situations keep triggering you specifically?
Yeah.
What we found is that it's often because of old wounds, unresolved emotional patterns from the past.
Like what?
Well, maybe childhood comparisons or feeling unheard or being criticized unfairly back then. Those feelings can resurface, making current situations feel like these painful echoes. It's like your mind recognizes an old pattern, an old wound, and reacts, thinking it's a brand new danger.
When it's really just touching on something old and unresolved.
Wow.
That's a powerful insight. But okay, before we fully embrace this, like power of stillness, we really need to understand what's at stake. What are the silent costs, the often unseen costs of constantly reacting, the prices we pay without even realizing it?
Well, first off, unthinking reactions can swiftly destroy bonds. with family, friends, partners.
Yeah.
Think about parents yelling at children, or those petty arguments between friends that blow up, or escalating conflicts between spouses.
Hmm.
The research really emphasizes that when relationships break, they often leave behind not just distance, but this deep, lasting silence and regret deep
Yeah.
into people's hearts. Those words, spoken in anger, they become the sharp regret years later.
Oof. Yeah, and the internal toll, I imagine that's significant too.
Hugely significant. Constant reactivity creates this relentless inner noise. It leads to sleepless nights, feeling disconnected from yourself.
Mhm.
This emotional fatigue can genuinely break a person from the inside out.
Right. We've all had those thoughts after an outburst, haven't we? I wish I had just been quiet, or I really shouldn't have said that.
Absolutely. So what does it all mean? Constant reaction leads to constant inner turmoil.
Yeah.
Just chaos inside.
And it goes beyond personal stuff, right? Into work and life opportunities.
Definitely. We saw clear examples in the material. Someone saying something in anger during a really crucial office meeting,
Oh, no.
or impulsively quitting a job in a huff, or reacting with rage to a cold email instead of, handling it professionally.
Yeah, that makes sense. Professional life really values maturity just as much as talent, maybe more sometimes.
Exactly. And decisions driven by that immediate mood, that flash of anger or frustration, they could literally shut doors to significant opportunities. It's almost like people choose that fleeting emotion over a real opportunity and then wonder why those doors seem closed later.
So ultimately, it impacts our inner peace too.
Fundamentally, continuous reactivity keeps the mind restless, agitated.
Yeah.
It makes true inner peace just unattainable. Doesn't matter where you are or what you're doing, every unthinking reaction has this unseen price, and you're the one who pays it every time. Your mind is just always in a state of chaos.
Wow. Okay. Given all those costs, the natural next question is, how do we break free?
Right, yeah.
And this is where the material reveals what I think is truly the silent superpower, the power of the pause and
Okay.
stillness.
That's it. The greatest strength, it argues, lies not just in speaking, but crucially in knowing when to remain silent. And even more importantly, when to just pause.
Just pause. How long?
Even just 5 seconds. A deliberate pause, just 5 seconds, can magically shift the brain from reaction mode into reflection mode.
5 seconds. Doesn't sound like much.
It's surprisingly powerful. It allows for calm, wise decision-making rather than just that raw emotional impulse. This pause gives you access to a hidden inner strength that honestly has always been there. You just weren't accessing it.
We found some fascinating anecdotes that illustrate this perfectly, didn't we?
Yeah, there's this story of the king who got really angry about a fly in his drink. Silly, right?
Ah, yeah.
But the wise neighboring king advised him, look, it wasn't the fly, it was your reaction that caused the disturbance. So the king started practicing non-reaction, and it led to much greater self-control over his emotions.
Interesting. And the Buddha story.
Oh, that one's powerful. Remember the man who publicly insulted Buddha? Just laid into him?
Yeah, what did Buddha do?
His calm response was simple. He basically said, if someone offers you a gift and you don't accept it, who does it belong to?
Ah, the giver.
Exactly. It remains with the giver. It
Yeah.
perfectly illustrates how non-reaction returns negativity to its source. You preserve your own energy, your own peace. It's profound.
That is profound. And there was a more modern example, too, from Justice O. Malcolm's work, Neha, the marketing manager.
Right, Neha. So her presentation gets publicly criticized in a team meeting. She felt her face get hot, heart-pounding. She really, really wanted to snap back.
I can picture that feeling.
Totally. But she remembered to pause. She did a quick scan of her body, recognized the anger was actually masking a fear of humiliation.
Okay.
So her calm, non-reactive response, not only did it prevent a huge argument, but it actually earned her respect in that meeting. It showcased real self-control, real inner strength.
So the benefits of just pausing, finding stillness, they're pretty extensive then.
Oh, absolutely. Firstly, clarity and wisdom. Stillness provides that essential time to think, to let the internal emotions kind of settle down and find the right direction. Wise individuals consistently advise pausing before making big decisions.
Makes sense. It also helps with self-awareness.
Definitely. Pausing helps you delve deeper, understand the true source of your emotions. Like, is this anger really about the situation, or is it maybe stemming from insecurity? Understanding yourself, as the research emphasizes, is such a critical step towards genuine strength.
And in relationships, how does it help there?
Huge impact. Calm responses like, instead of immediately arguing, maybe suggesting, hey, let's talk about this later when we're both calmer, that can significantly deepen trust. It transforms you into a more understanding, more reliable person. It creates space for connection. not conflict.
Right. And professionally, you mentioned leaders.
Yeah, leaders and successful people often share this trait. They pause before making decisions. They don't just shoot from the hip emotionally. This leads to fewer mistakes, fewer regrets, and it really contributes to their lasting success. It's a clear mark of maturity.
And I guess the big one is inner peace.
That's the foundation, really. Moving away from that state of constant reaction cultivates a stable, calm mind. This inner peace isn't just like a nice feeling. It provides sustained energy and real mental fortitude. It's a quiet power that kind of glows from within.
What's truly compelling here, I think, is that this power of pausing, of non-reaction, it's not some new age fad, is it?
Not at all. It's timeless wisdom. You find it across so many diverse philosophies going way back.
Like Stoicism.
Exactly. If we connect this to the bigger picture, Stoic philosophy from ancient Greece, it heavily emphasizes self-control, perseverance, managing destructive emotions, not by just suppressing them, but by understanding and accepting them.
Oh.
Their ultimate goal was inner peace, clear judgment, freedom from suffering, and they believed you achieved this through virtuous living, which included practical wisdom, justice, courage, and, crucially, self-discipline. Non-reaction is central to that.
And Buddhism, too, right? You mentioned Buddha earlier.
Absolutely. Buddhist teachings heavily emphasize controlling emotions. He often used the analogy of the mind being like water.
Okay.
Turbulent water, muddy water, leads to poor decisions you can't see clearly. But calm water, still water, that allows for clarity, for wise decisions. It's about letting the mud settle so you can see the path.
Let the mud settle. I like that. Okay, so all this sounds fantastic, theoretically. But how do we actually do this, like in the heat of the moment?
Right, the practical side. Well, the material we explored offers a really powerful tool, the pause technique. It's basically a 5-step formula for handling pretty much any stressful moment.
PAUBIS-E. Okay, what does it stand for?
All right, first P, pause. This is the absolute foundation. Just stop for like 5 seconds. Take a deep breath. This tiny break can instantly shift your brain out of that reactive state and into a reflective one. It's like hitting a mental reset button.
Okay, P is pause. Got it. What's A?
A, aware. Now, you scan your mind and body. What physical signals are you noticing? Heart racing, hands getting warm, brow furrowed. And what emotions are surfacing? Anger, fear, sadness. Just naming these emotions even silently to yourself can surprisingly lessen their grip. It creates a bit of distance.
Okay, pause. Aware. Then you.
You understand. Ask yourself, why am I truly feeling this way? Is it really just about this current situation? Or is it maybe triggering an old wound, a misunderstanding, some insecurity? Understanding the source starts to calm the mind down.
Right. Digging a bit deeper. Makes sense.
A step back. Mentally detach yourself from the immediate moment. Imagine you're like an observer watching a scene unfold on a stage.
Okay.
Ask yourself, is this situation really worth engaging in this way? Is getting worked up going to rob me of my peace? This mental distance brings clarity, helps you make the right decision about how to proceed.
Pause, aware, understand, step back.
E, evaluate. Finally, consider the potential outcomes. Reacting versus remaining calm. Will your immediate response actually improve the situation? Or will it make it worse? Would silence maybe prove more powerful here? Often, silence is the most potent choice.
Wow. Pause. That's actually really practical. Let's try it with an example. Say, my partner says, you always take so long to get ready.
Okay, classic trigger.
Right. So instead of the immediate defensive retort, like, no, I don't, I apply pause.
Go for it.
Okay. P, pause, 5 seconds, deep breath. Aware.
Okay.
Okay, face feels hot, definitely feeling angry, maybe a little defensive. Ugh, understand, why am I angry? Maybe I'm just feeling stressed about being late, not really about the comment itself. Or maybe it touches on an old feeling of being criticized.
Good insight.
Step back. Okay, zooming out. Is this a huge deal? Probably not. Is it worth a fight right now? Definitely not.
Right.
Evaluate. Arguing will just make us both late and glumpy. Staying calm is better. So my response might be something like, you're right, I'll try to be quicker next time.
See, that 5-second break completely transforms the interaction. It diffuses the tension instead of escalating it.
Yeah, I can really see how that would work. Are there other techniques besides pause?
Oh yeah, definitely. Our deep dive uncovered several others. Mindful breathing, for instance. Simple but powerful.
It's just breathing.
Yeah, deep, slow breaths, like the 4-4-4 technique you sometimes hear about. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4. It instantly calms your nervous system, brings you right back to the present moment. It's a tool you always have with you.
Okay, mindful breathing. What else?
Reframing thoughts. This is about consciously changing your perspective.
How does that work?
Well, instead of seeing criticism as, like, a personal attack, You could try to reframe it as potentially constructive feedback, something you could learn from.
Mm.
Or if someone is rude, instead of taking it personally, consider they might just be having a terrible day, projecting their own frustrations. It wasn't really about you. This shift can totally change your emotional response from negative to neutral or even positive.
That takes practice, I bet.
It does. Another simple but really effective one is just naming emotions.
Like we did in the aware step of pause.
Exactly. Just acknowledging the emotion by explicitly naming it to yourself. Okay, this is anger, or this is anxiety I'm feeling. The act of naming it creates this crucial distance, and it diminishes the emotion's power over you. You see it instead of just being in it.
Right, I see. The research also mentioned something called the Tears of Hope model. That sounds complex.
It is quite comprehensive, yeah. It's a whole framework for managing negative emotions. It's an acronym, TEARS of HOPE. We probably can't unpack all of it right now.
Yeah, maybe just the highlights.
Sure. So a few key bits you could apply are T, teach and learn about your body's stress response, just understanding what's happening physically. A, accept and befriend your own frustrations with compassion. Don't beat yourself up for feeling them.
Okay.
Then R, reappraise and reframe situations like we just talked about. Find a new perspective. And eudaimonia, which is a fancy word, but here it basically means striving for like human flourishing and authenticity. Living in line with your deeper values and purpose.
So it's a very holistic approach.
Very.
Yeah.
It covers a lot of ground for emotional well-being.
Okay. Any other quick tricks for when you're really stressed?
Yeah, there's the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method. Super simple. You just name 5 things you can see right now.
Okay.
4 things you can hear. 3 things you can physically feel, like your feet on the floor, your clothes. 2 things you can smell. And 1 thing you can taste. It pulls you out of your spiraling thoughts and anchors you right back into your senses, into the present moment. Really effective when you feel overwhelmed.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got it. That sounds useful.
And crucially, remember to control what you can control.
What do you mean?
Focus your energy on what's actually within your sphere of influence, your response, your attitude, your actions, and consciously try to let go of what's not in your control, like your boss's mood or external deadlines someone else set or traffic. Fretting about those things just drains you.
Right. Focus on your reaction, not the external thing.
Exactly. Preparation helps too. If you know you're going into a potentially stressful situation, like a big meeting, try visualizing it, going well beforehand.
Okay.
And take short mental breaks during busy days, even just a quick walk outside, a few stretches, getting some fresh air. It can totally reset your mind. Makes a huge difference.
Yeah, those little resets can be lifesavers.
And finally, don't underestimate just talking it out. Sharing your frustrations or concerns with a trusted friend or colleague can really ease that mental tension and bring clarity. Sometimes just articulating it helps you see it differently.
Good point. Being heard matters. Okay, so we have all these tools. Pause, breathing, reframing, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do we actually apply these in real life to achieve that long-term transformation we're talking about?
Right, making it stick. Well, the material gave some really relatable everyday scenarios where you can practice.
Like in relationships.
Yeah. So when your partner says something hurtful, instead of that instant comeback, make a conscious choice. Pause. Then maybe practice engaging later, when things are calm, with loving communication. That deepens the bond, instead of escalating the conflict. Your silence initially can create space for understanding later.
Okay. What about family? That can be tricky.
Definitely. Instead of immediately yelling when, family members seem to be ignoring you or pushing your buttons, try applying patience and understanding. Your newfound calmness, practiced consistently, will gradually earn their respect and cooperation. It's a powerful shift, but it takes time.
And at work. Say someone takes credit for your work. That's infuriating.
Totally infuriating. But avoid that immediate emotional reaction in the moment. Instead, stay calm. Then later, calmly present the facts and the evidence to your manager. It demonstrates professionalism, maturity. That's where the real strength lies, not in the outburst.
Right, playing the long game. What about social media? That's a minefield.
Huh. Understatement.
Sure.
When you're confronted with trolls or just general negativity online, honestly, the most powerful response is often no response at all.
Just ignore it.
Ignore it, move on. It demonstrates a higher level of mindset, and critically, it conserves your valuable energy. Don't feed the trolls, basically. It's a true superpower online.
Okay, so practice in these scenarios. How do we build the actual habit?
Well, Justice O. Malcolm's work suggests something like a silent mission. A challenge for you, the listener.
Oh, what is it?
Commit to not reacting immediately for, say, 21 days. Just commit to taking at least that 5-second break before any response in a potentially triggering situation.
21 days, that's the classic habit-forming time frame.
Exactly. This consistent practice will literally build your muscles of mindfulness, like working out a physical muscle.
I like that. Any other tools for habit building?
Yeah, a reaction journal can be really helpful. Keep a daily journal, and at the end of each day, just jot down, when did I react today? Could I have stopped it? And importantly, how did it feel when I managed to stop myself?
Reflecting on the successes too.
Right, that self-observation process helps your mind recognize the patterns and actually want to change them because you see the benefit.
Okay. And meditation.
A simple silent meditation practice can be great. Start each morning with just 5 minutes of silence. No distractions. Just focus on your breath. This small habit can cultivate an inner peace and stability that really carries throughout your whole day.
5 minutes. Seems doable. So if we do all this, what are the long-term results? What's the payoff?
The payoff is huge, truly transformative. First, increased self-control. Every single time you successfully stop a reactive impulse, you strengthen that self-control muscle. And this strength extends to managing other powerful emotions too, like greed, fear, ego.
Okay.
Second, your relationships and communication will improve dramatically. Non-reactivity transforms you into a kind of safe zone for others.
A safe zone.
Yeah, people feel safer, more understood around you. It fosters deeper trust and more genuine understanding in all your relationships. People will feel they can actually talk to you without you flying off the handle.
That's huge. What about mentally?
Mental clarity and focus increase significantly. Constant reactivity creates this kind of mental fog, right?
Yes, definitely.
Consistent non-reactivity clears that fog. Your mind becomes more like a clean mirror. And this clarity leads to wiser decisions, better problem solving, and it helps you focus on your true purpose in life instead of being constantly distracted by emotional static.
Wow. And spiritually?
Well, many find they experience a sense of inner power and spiritual growth. Controlling your reactions awakens this deep inner spiritual strength, this centeredness. It allows you to maintain a stable state of being even when there's chaos all around you externally.
Okay, so what does this all mean? The ultimate benefit?
The ultimate benefit really is true inner control, true freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah, it means that no external situation, no person, no harsh word can fundamentally disturb your inner peace. You become the master of your own internal state, rather than a slave to your emotions or external triggers. This is the real power, the kind that truly makes you extraordinary.
That's incredibly powerful. Vikram's story really brought this home, didn't it?
It really did. Remember, he was initially so stressed by family comparisons, those constant taunts at gatherings.
Yeah, felt his blood boil, wanted to snap back or just suffer silently.
Exactly. But after learning these techniques, observation, that inner check-in, breath awareness, he started applying them.
So what happened?
When his cousin taunted him again, instead of reacting, Vikram paused. He recognized his insecurity fueling the anger. He took a few deep breaths. And then he just calmly smiled and said something like, "Yes, I'm growing at my own pace."
Wow. How did that land?
It completely neutralized the negativity. His peace, his non-reaction, not only stopped the taunt in its tracks, but also earned him respect. It was a clear sign of his increased maturity, and it led to this lasting inner peace for him. What an amazing transformation, right?
That is an amazing transformation just from learning not to react. Okay, so let's recap this deep dive.
All right. The core message is true strength, lasting impact. It's not found in those immediate impulsive reactions. It's found in the power of pausing, thinking, and then responding with peace and wisdom.
And remember, while external situations, not always in your control, but your reaction that always is.
Always. Your choice.
So we really encourage you to embrace this challenge. Try the techniques we've discussed, especially just pausing. Take that deep breath. Consciously choose a thoughtful response the very next time you feel provoked. Just try it once.
Yeah, see how it feels. And this really raises an important question for you to consider, maybe mull over.
What's that?
Your peace is just too precious, isn't it? Too precious to be bought or stolen by someone else's ego or their fleeting, careless words. By choosing not to react, you're not just controlling a situation externally. You're setting a powerful internal boundary. You're declaring your own true inner value, a value that no external force can actually diminish.